Alright, so, any new information?
No new information.
Oh? They haven't filed an eviction then?
Yes.
I think it's been filed.
It's been filed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's new information.
Sorry about that.
Okay, when were they gonna serve it?
That I don't know the specifics, honestly, like when exactly they will. I think the lawyers do that kind of stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah, this kind of
So the lawyers were aware, like of the law I found, of the civil codes and stuff, specifically covering the situation.
We'll make sure to make them aware. Anything you, like I said last week, anything you can provide us, like with recently?
Yeah, I physically went over to the sheriff's department over here today. They said it's a different branch that has that information, so I would have had it right now. But rest assured, I mean, why doubt what I'm saying? I can prove that I called the police every time for help. First time I got a report kind of like regular, but then when he went back and told his buddies what he did, then the other times they harassed me by sending multiple officers. And that's what they're doing. They're intimidating me for reporting my right-wing bullies.
Like I said, any of that documentation you can provide us.
Yeah, no problem, I'll get it.
It would be helpful. So.
I told you, I'll get it. Alright, so, but you guys are gonna go through with the eviction anyway? With me
As of
having
right now,
such
yes.
a positive defense?
Yeah, as of right now, yes. But like I said, if you can bring up any of that documentation, you can give it to us. We can pass it on to.
Yeah,
who we
I'll
need
do
to.
that,
Okay.
for sure. Yeah, because it covers my case very specifically. And that's, the police have been letting these people walk all over me for a long time. And it's because of nepotism and, you know, social allegiance, like the thin blue line. It's those people, military people. So, this is not the first problem I've had with them. It's not the only problem I have with them. The impersonation alone is scary.
So the reason I came out here today, Colton, was to see if you had thought about what me and Path were offering to you to go to sign the mutual recession, go to a hotel.
Well, I thought about that too, and I'm like, look, I moved in here and signed a contract and spent a bunch of money setting this place up.
Yeah.
If they want to buy me out and reimburse me for the money and time I've spent, I'll consider that. But you know, we're talking 10,000. You know, I put a lot of money into this. A storage unit doesn't need that. So unless they're willing to reimburse me for my expenditures, because I made my once-in-a-lifetime gamble to try to get a business going with the money I had, unless they'll reimburse me for that, then what do you think they're even doing? It's morally reprehensible what they're doing, and apparently it's flagrantly illegal. Because that would just mean that no one can complain about a cop's brother or right-wing people in general at all, or it could cost them everything. And there's my stalkers are trying to get other victims evicted. Like there's a little old lady I know of that they're trying to get evicted. So I think I'll win, and one way or the other. If I don't, I need to know that because I'm going to be getting a disability once in a lifetime lump sum soon. And if I can't beat this, I better not spend any of that money on rent. I better do an RV or something. Which, by the way, what was your budget for the hotel? I'm sure you had something specific in mind.
Yeah, I don't have an answer to that.
Okay, well, if you could get an answer to that, I wanted to look and see if I could find a cheap RV. I've got certain ways, I'm mechanically savvy, and I know how to get gas and stuff. And there's a campsite locally, Rancho Santa Margarita, that disabled people get a preferred rate, and normal is $20. I think it might be even like $5 a night for disabled people. So,
do you have an RV is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. It'd maybe be better, like this, instead of paying for a hotel, pay for an RV for the interim. So.
Do they rent RVs? Is that what
Actually, they do. That is one thing. But I meant buy a cheap one. Because you can get stuff like that abnormally cheap that's got some problems, and I'm one of the type of people that can fix stuff. And that way, if I dump any money into it, it's not going to disappear out from under me again. And if I get another place, well, it's a fine. The only reason I'll drive my motorcycle if it's doesn't require heavy transport, and I'll have a heavy transport for that. So it'll actually be an ideal situation for me. And gas is so expensive these days. People they sell big stuff like that really cheap. But I have special skills in getting gas and stuff. So just an idea.
The only thing with the hotel on why that's the reason we're going is because it's something that doesn't take a lot of steps to get. Like you'd have to register the RV. The RV would most likely have to go under some inspection in order to see if it's qualified to be on that property. So that could
Well, it's
be
just
something.
a campground thing that's pretty loose. Like there's not.
It's a campground. It's not like a RV.
No.
It's not an.
It's a
what am I trying
nightly
to say?
campground.
It's a nightly campground. Okay.
Yeah, but it's the normal's 20 and disabled is it's either 10 or 5. But they do have water and power hookups, and 2, they have showers and stuff. I can go over there and sneak in and take a shower. There's the trails, the horse trails and stuff back there. I do that. That's one of my.
Is there a specific reason why you're not open to the hotel? I mean, just so you're
Well,
not
it's just a
having
waste of
pay.
money, and I want to iron out as many options as possible because I don't trust anything. And if I spend any more money, I don't want to spend it on the home without any sort of backup. So
To
I
my
could haul a
understanding-
trailer with a van or something and take everything with me if I had to.
So programmatically, Path was gonna assist you with getting a storage unit so that your belongings were safe and secured, while Friendship Shelter attempted to find you a new permanent housing. We're also trying to move relatively quickly so you don't lose your chronicity with homelessness, because that's one thing that's giving us the benefit of being able to find you a new place quickly. If we hold up and wait and your chronicity expires, then we're not even gonna be able to get you an additional voucher to try to get you into housing. That's why we're trying to work as a team jointly so that we ensure that when you leave this property, that A, your belongings are safely stored, and B, you're not having to do these extra jumps and through the loops as far as like where are you gonna shower. Cause if they ask you to move the RV from the campgrounds, I'm sure there's a time limit, like you can stay for X amount of days before they ask you to move. The worst thing we would hate to see happen is that there's an issue with the RV and you can't move it, causing, further issues.
That it'd be possible to move it though. That's the point. It could be moved.
I'm not, we're talking hypothetical here, like on a lot of that case.
Yeah.
If we have your belongings in storage and we have you in hotel, you'll be in hotel until we can get you into your next permanent housing. That's what we're trying to do.
Well, I'm gonna lose a lot of money doing that and have to do a lot of work, and my crop's gonna die. And I don't know, and then I won't have an answer to can I maintain an apartment, or my stalker's going to flush me out, and then I get that once in a lifetime chunk of money for my disability back pay, and I have to decide.
So the movers, and I know I can find this out, but for the movers, we're not just going to have them move your belongings into storage. Like, they're going to help you do that, and I'm sure we can get the assistance to help movers get the things out of the storage and move them into your next residence.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying I don't know if I cannot win on this stalker thing. I don't need to spend my once in a lifetime money on housing. I have to have the information that's worth using everything. I'm going to fight this, so it's just not an option. That data is very valuable to me because you are not If I can't beat the stalkers back, then I can't be in housing.
What does that time frame look like? To know, to get
Never.
an answer.
I shouldn't be evicted. I did nothing wrong. It's horrible what they're doing to me. I have legal rights and they're being violated. The law should protect me. And also, in the near future, I'm busy. So,
So,
what if we get in front of the judge and I win the eviction? They're like, oh no, you can't do that to them.
and the exact opposite could happen.
Right.
Where you know, and then like
Then I know that housing isn't an option, and when I get my once in a lifetime chunk of money, I will do other things. That information alone is valuable. I have to know if this will win. You all underestimated the stalkers the whole time, so. And you get the wrong judge, you're screwed. You get one of the judges that handle one of my 250 cases, you're screwed. One of the ones that knows me, you're screwed.
The difference, though, Colton, if you comply and you go with what Friendship Shelter is asking, is that you're going to have that continued support. Where if you choose to stay,
But I'll have to have that continued problem with the stalkers, and everything, the same thing there.
With the housing, I mean, we'll have better options to look at what's available and find out exactly how we can better plan this. It
But I
sounds
won't
like
have the information of if my defense of this, if my renter is right not to be evicted
you can
because a
still-
stalker committed crimes against me and drove me crazy. If I don't have that information, I wouldn't know how to spend my own money, much less yours. So I don't want to not fight it. I want to fight it.
Who was here? Who was talking? The gentleman who was here the other day. What was his name? David. But that's what David was trying to speak on. You can still fight and try to see as far as the stalker case is concerned. That you still have.
No, I will not know if my defense, if that civil code will protect me or not unless I stick it out. So I intend on sticking it out.
And again, the only thing we can do is make you aware of like the consequences as far. And it sounds like you're aware of them. That
Yeah,
you're
I am.
aware that you're not.
But I'm
gonna
telling
get
you,
that
it's
help.
very valuable information for me to know whether or not I can survive the stalker's attack in housing before I get the once in a lifetime chunk of money. I must know the answer to this question. Okay? So I recommend you all get behind me and support me and make sure my rights aren't violated.
But that's something that they're unable to do because they're
Okay, so be it.
they're being asked that they proceed with the eviction, and they have to respect that. They have to do because you're subletting from Friendship Shelter. So Friendship Shelter is overseeing the contract of the housing.
It doesn't matter, it's still the same. It's for a victim of stalking calling for help. I'm a protected person thanks to the law in California.
Okay, Colton. So we, try to provide you information and resources that were available and multiple partnerships and organizations trying to get behind you and support you.
Except for upholding my rights and not letting crazy Nazis walk all over me.
I hear you, Colton, and the unfortunate thing is like I said, Friendship Shelter lost this unit. So
Well,
we
you guys
have
can
to
sue them.
vacate. And so that's what I told you on Friday, that's why my goal is like,
I believe you all need to file action against them too. So you probably should go ahead and do that. I did the research for you. I did, the hard part for you. And that brings up a horrible point. You guys are housing specialists. Why am I teaching you tenant law and you not teaching me?
yeah.
Why
So
don't you know
my
this?
background is
Or
not,
did you know this and not tell me? Your background isn't in tenant law?
No, my background is in psychology and social work. I am in the
Oh.
services side. So that's why I'm here. I want to figure out a plan with you and identify a solution to keep you housed.
Right. Well, they
Because
can't.
this is no longer an option.
They can't lock me out without a legal eviction.
Yeah.
So I'll see you in court on the eviction.
That's your choice, and,
That's
and
my
I
choice.
I respect.
And I'm telling you, if I look, I'll get $20,000 once, okay, and I've got most of a business set up here, and if it's bad, I'm gonna go with a RV and office, and that will do a lot for me. But if I let my stalkers win now, there's no point in going. Like, they're just gonna do it again. You don't know what's going on. It's that bad.
Right.
So when are you gonna serve the eviction?
That is not. I know nothing about. My knowledge is not in the
Yeah.
law.
I think that's on the lawyer's timetables. So
Okay. Because
So-
you know there are certain time limits in court proceedings and stuff. I gotta respond. But fortunately for me, the absolute minimum time is long enough for me to handle some of this court stuff and make my preparations, and then I don't know. And plus, like, your friendship shelter and Path put me in touch with you. There are other programs, so you know, I guess you can contact me if you got something to show me. But in the meantime, I'm not going to go through the entrance step of storage. I doubt I would even move, because them making me move is something I don't want to let them have that power over me. And it gives the police the ability just to silence anyone. They can just harass them if they're complaining about the wrong people. These people are creepy. They're committing serious crimes. The impersonation alone is absurd. It's caused me a lot of trouble. Caused me a lot of money. Like, I would have made a lot of money. So that's my focus anyway. I'm more concerned about that than any of the housing.
Well, it is important for you to know, it is important for me to tell you that in the event that you do decide to take the hotel, take the storage unit, that offer will remain to you.
Okay, yeah, if something happens, sure.
So I
And
just
you
want you to
also
know that.
tell the management here, since you all for some reason you don't want me to talk to them, even though you seem incompetent yourselves, then tell them to reimburse me for the money I've spent setting this place up, and I'll talk about it. Otherwise, wouldn't. I spend a good deal of money, and I haven't had time to even settle in if I'm setting things up. Alright, is that everything then? Okay.
Yeah, I do appreciate your time.
Yeah?
Thank you for letting us
I've been
come
busy
talk to
too,
you.
so.
I do know that's true. Were you able to go to social services on Friday and figure that out, your GR and
Yeah, I
everything?
did.
Okay,
They're
good.
they're calling me moving money from my crypto account to my bank account income, but that's me spending money.
Yeah.
They said that I could prove I spent the money on stuff like household wares, which I did.
Okay, good.
So I'm trying to fix it.
Okay, good. Well, please reach out to Danielle and utilize her if you need assistance. I know that you're very capable of handling everything
Yeah,
on your
and
own,
hopefully
but
I'll
she
get my
is
disability
available to
soon
you.
and that'll fix everything.
Yes, and you're
I'll
going to
chunk of
continue
money.
working with PATH for that too, right? Aren't they the ones helping you with?
No, I'm hired an outside attorney. I've been on that for years.
Okay.
For years. I've already had 2 hearings and everything.
Okay.
So, let me know. Get a hold of me. Oh,
Okay.
you didn't have those trash bags on you, did you?
Oh, I do. They're in my car. Let me bring them to you, okay?
Yeah.
Are you going to come down and grab them? Okay. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot.
No, I because if one that'll be necessary should I have to. showing. I cannot stand that dude's smug ass smile.